Hey guys, what is up? Red Master here, and welcome back to another top list. I'm gonna call it top list because again, the last list was actually 10 items. This is actually gonna be 5, so it's gonna be shorter, more sweet, and actually in-game compared to my other list. So, now by the thumbnail, I know it only has Eye of Flame. Relax. Not everything on this list is going to be Eye of Flame. It's going to be an actual list featuring 4 other cards. Don't think Eye of Flame is not getting out of this list. Hell, you could already probably guess what most of this list is going to be, or at least at the end. So, today we are going to go over the worst 5 legendaries to play in Cards and Castles. I'll show you why. In-game, of course, I'll probably bring them up in-game. I'll probably start doing that from now on when I'm dealing with cards. I'll probably show them in-game so you can see why they're bad and sort of give you an idea of what's, or what my opinion is. So, without further ado, let's hop in to number 5. So, coming in at number 5, we have our favorite Dragon Spirit, Wotan. Now, the reason why I rank Wotan as a number 5 is because he's really lost his touch, in my opinion. As you can see, you have to sacrifice a unit to play him, so for those stats, it's understandable why you have to sacrifice. But, I mean, once you do, that's it. There's nothing about Wotan that'll bring him back to the hand anymore. He'll just be like a natural buff card, not even his own unit, because mostly when Wotan comes out, he becomes an instant target for players. So, Wotan just kind of got to the point where he's just there, he's a dragon, he'll pop up for a power buff, and that's really it. You don't see him using a dragon deck like Aeroth, Dremoth, or Rakanoth, and you barely see him playing anymore because what he used to do when he came back to the hand is no longer available to us. So that basically means he's just out there on the field for a power buff to a naturally weaker card. Alright, so with that being said about Wotan, let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have King Crab. Now, King Crab, he does have that massive power, stats of 7 attack for 4 gold. That is useful, but I do rank him low on this list because of 2 reasons. One, he can only use that attack horizontally moving, so he's not really getting far, as I'll demonstrate when I throw him out. He can really only move that one line, so you really have to know where you're positioning him and plan early on for it to matter. And 2, it's because there's already a unit with the same, actually higher stats in the 3 gold slot, that being Titan Watcher. So, the only real benefits to him are its monster tag. That monster tag can be useful in summoning Krakens or raising stats of Colossus Pethmera, which is why he's ranked 4. He does have some benefits to him, which kind of can overshadow his negatives. And again, like I said, the attack stat of 7 can really be useful if you're trying to remove something early game. So, he does have a good amount of benefits to him compared to some of the other cards on this list, which is why I give him that number 4 ranking. So, without further ado, that'll transition us into number 3. Coming in at number 3, we do have Lore Master Tarius. Now, the reason I rank Lore Master Tarius pretty high on this list is because he really doesn't have all that much ability to him. He sort of has the same sort of effect as, I would say, just sort of Dragon Taming. A card that can be played earlier on and can give you the same effect. And the stats aren't too good. A 1 damage is the same as Wind Mage. It basically has the same stats as Wind Mage. So really not that powerful when you look at it like that. He can be useful when summoning dragons and whatnot to the field, but overall he's just so weak. He's not. Usually he's just that sort of. He's really only used for the dragons, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Nothing else about him really makes him all that powerful or useful. And his movement of 2, if I remember that right, 2, yeah, it also doesn't give much of a huge plus to Lore Master. So, overall, he's only ranked number 3 because there are still cards way worse than him, obviously, but he is in the middle because he's just this unit that's really has the same ability as a spell, and he's only really getting out there for that spell. He's not really used much anywhere else. So that's why Tarius is number 3 on our list. And that'll transition into number 2. Coming in at number 2 on our list now, we have Eternal Darkness. Now, the reason I rank Eternal Darkness as the number that it is on my list is because mainly you can already achieve this number of zombies in the earlier turns. Now, what I mean by that is basically Eternal Darkness works, as you can see, I'm going to do it right now, where you summon 5 zombies, 1 line. I understand why that's good in the game. It's a mass summon. You have 5 zombies, each 1/3. So a bit difficult to take out depending on what your opponent has out in the field and how early it is in the game. But technically you could already get that as early as turn 4. Now, what do I mean by that? Altars, Army of the Damned, that's 5 zombies right there. You're basically getting all that value in one card. Not really strong to me, seeing is how you're already running around with more than 5 zombies on the map, and for 6 gold, you know, you're really not getting your money's worth, in my opinion. Now, I know usually an Eternal Darkness or usually just jump right into a Ragnaroth summon, but it also gets difficult because now these zombies are just wandering around the field. They're taking up some board space, and they really are just not helpful unless you have a Ragnaroth play set up, or unless your deck works around zombies and undead, and having a mass amount really helps. But if I do have something in the middle, that'll also limit my zombie counts. It's really affected by this middle line, how much you have it under your control, and if you even need all these zombies. So, again, straight, simple, right to the point. Eternal Darkness ranks number 3 on this list, primarily because it's not necessarily powerful. I can get the same amount of units earlier on in the game, and it can become difficult to summon all 5 zombies, seeing as how that middle space is, you could have things already on that space, which limits the zombie summoning. So, I understand that it can be useful for other cards, such as a Ragnaroth, but for 6 gold, you have to wait 3 turns, unless you have a Merchant's Favor, to really use Eternal Darkness into a Ragnaroth. So, with that being said about Eternal Darkness, now let's get on to the number 1 worst legendary in Cards and Castles. Was it really a surprise that Eye of Dominion wasn't going to be on this list as the worst legendary? That's right, if you guessed it, and I know most of you out there probably did guess it, Eye of Dominion is the worst legendary in the game. As you can see, it's immobile, it cannot move, it's got the sluggish effects, the same ability as zombies, where it's like they can't do anything for that one turn, and it cannot retaliate. So it's got these nice stats, but it comes out, it can't do anything. So it leaves it open for a good turn out there of it just doing nothing. And as you can see, when that rat attack doesn't retaliate either, so you're really sort of stuck in that, you know, well, didn't do anything for me, why should I keep it? And the reason is, it's just not useful. I used to have some good combo damage off of Wind Mage, but that combo has long since died, that, you know, with Wind Mage changing and all that. But that's basically why I rank Eye of Dominion worst. So, that was the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the list of the top 5 worst legendaries. Sorry about if the Eye of Dominion was a bit rushed. I thought I heard someone coming and didn't know if that would throw off the recording. Turns out no one came, and it had to be cut off a bit. But you kind of understand the idea. Eye of Dominion, immobile, sluggish, cannot retaliate. It's basically just a dead tower, to be honest. It can shoot, but, you know, not shoot back when it's attacked. But anyway, besides the point, if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and share with your friends. Maybe even comment down below on what you thought of the list, or what may be different. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. All of you who do subscribe and watch these videos do motivate me to make more videos for you guys. So, with that being said, until the next video, guys, stay gaming.